Yes, Recordbox TV, everything R&B. Your boy Ace here with the lioness, Miss Teedra Moses. How
and I'm
are
with
you?
Ace. I'm really good, baby. How are you?
I'm excellent. Was at the show last night. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming.
We're friends now.
Yes,
aren't
we are.
So yeah, I was gonna be. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Did you?
Yeah, you look like you had a good time.
I did have a good time.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was like struggling with the sound a little
There was
bit.
a couple sound issues.
Yeah, but once I got past that, after a certain point, you realize you just have to enjoy yourself.
100%.
Because if you enjoy yourself, people going to enjoy themselves, and they didn't come to see you battling with the sound.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you get it together and you enjoy yourself. But I had a good time.
You got like a very special relationship with the UK. You're always here. And I love that you're always here. And people come out and see you. Do you enjoy performing in the UK?
I really do. I love it. I've told you this before. Like, it's one of the first places that I was able to see a sea of people singing my songs.
Right.
When I didn't even know, I put out an album and I was writing songs for other people, but I was watching other people's songs blow up that I was writing, but
right.
I thought nobody knew my songs. And the first place I came and I saw people really knew my songs, and not only did they know them, like they knew them word for word, and they really were like, they had life experiences with the
right.
records. It was in the UK, so London to be specific. So I do have a very special relationship with London.
I people watch a lot, and I was people watching during a concert. And I can tell when people have affiliations with very different songs. Like, you must hear that all the time, like, this song got me through this,
right.
or this song reminds me of this person.
Right.
What do you hear the most about your music in regards to how people are connected to it?
Specifically my first album, people always say, college.
Yes.
University,
right.
That time in their lives, and it's so important because that's the time when you becoming a grown up.
Right.
Like, you're not quite yet responsible for yourself. You can do dumb things and
right.
still be like, oh, I'm just a kid, So like, that's your growing up period. So a lot of them say, you got me through my college period, my university time, or like a bad love affair,
right.
or like, me and my girls, this is the soundtrack to us going out when we get dressed. It's a various amount of things they say.
I think Complex Simplicity came out when I bought my first car. And I remember, it was like late night music for me.
Oh, okay.
So when I'd be dropping the girl home, she'd take her shoes off.
Right.
She's in the car. That album brings back those memories for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. And people compare that album to Illmatic, which I think is you said this to me the other day, and I was like,
cool.
I've been thinking about it ever since you said it to me, and I was like, that is a sick comparison. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I think that is the greatest thing. I love Nas. Everybody knows me. I love Nas. And Illmatic was such an amazing first album for any artist of any genre. And for me to be compared to that is amazing. And I think part of it, when I did take the time to humbly receive it, is the writing. It's just honest, And when you're writing your first album, when you don't do albums, you don't understand this. But you've been writing that album your entire life until the day you write the last song.
Right.
So that's why it's hard to come back with the second one, because you don't have the same amount of time and experiences,
right.
But that's like with Nas. He had been writing that album his whole life, I've been writing Complex Simplicity my whole life, and we both come from places of struggle, and it wasn't easy, So I think that's a great comparison, and I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, did you have any idea you was creating the classic while you was in the studio making it? Was you like, this is the one, this is gonna really touch people? Or was it just a collection of your songs?
Not at all. I was very hard on myself.
Right.
I was super hard on myself. I was just like, I liked it, but I just felt like it should be harder, because I'm from New Orleans. So
right.
I was like, and it was great because the guy that was producing majority of the albums, with the exception of two, I told him I wanted something like Rock the Boat.
Okay.
Aaliyah's Rock the Boat. Her record was out when we started the process.
Right.
And the first song he gave me was like in that vein. So whenever he did something that wasn't, I was just like, I don't know. And I wanted to do like stuff that was like over hip hop beats and stuff, and he'd be like, smooth it out. So he kind of gave me my sound. Shout out to Paul Pauly. He gave me my sound that was like real easy and smooth, but I got to talk slick and kind of speak from like a grittier perspective over these smooth beats. So it was kind of ratchet, but it wasn't.
Right.
Like, real still smooth. So, I didn't know what was going on. I was just having fun, man.
What would you say to people that, because I hear this a lot, and it's something I'm really fighting against, that R&B is a dying art form?
I just don't think that's possible.
No.
I just don't. I think it's a space of being taken over by some people that, like jazz.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, things that's going on with hip hop. I think R&B, that's going to happen to R&B, or it's just going to catapult from us saying, yo, I want to hear melody again.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to sing songs again. I don't think that R&B is dead. I think that you have artists like Janae Aiko. I was just telling you about Ari Lennox. She's really dope. There's a lot of artists that are doing R&B that just because they're not in the commercial scene doesn't mean they're not there. And commercial, like, to me, it's like there's the internet now.
Right.
The underground is killing it.
100%.
You have people that can tour the world and you never heard them on radio.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, no, it's not dying. It's definitely not dying.
Is there less pressure to have that commercial success? Like,
Much less
if you put music out, you're not trying to make it go diamond, like, or even platinum or even gold. You know what I'm saying? Is there less pressure or less expectations?
I think less expectations.
Right.
I'm not signed to a label, so there's no pressure on me. But to an artist that is signed to a label, I'm sure there's pressure. But it's less expectation because, honey, an album comes out the day after they finish mastering it.
Right.
With no promo, you didn't know, it just dropped.
Just drops.
And you got to figure out, and then you got to word of mouth, you know. So it's like of course, it has to be less expectations because you're putting less marketing and promotion into it, you know. But I think that with the internet, it's just kind of one of those things that you better be good because there's a lot of it out there, you know. And something that's good can catch a fire, and man, it just goes, and no one really even know how it happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're like, where'd this Chance the Rapper come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like these things happen. So it's just I think it's less expectations.
Yeah.
You know.
I interviewed. You had this kid Khaled. There's a kid called Khaled. I think he's from Houston, but he grew up in Germany. Really nice voice, really nice voice. And he's got a really old soul. He sounds like he's been here forever.
Right.
And his song literally just blew up on SoundCloud. He got like somebody, I think one of the Kardashians was playing it, and he's now like huge. So it could just happen overnight.
That is just the
possibility.
possibility.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, are you enjoying independent hustle? You being behind everything, or do you miss the machine a little bit?
Oh, I miss it a lot.
Yeah. What do you miss about the machine?
Listen, let me say, my machine was still independent,
Right.
you know, but it was a machine. It's funding, man, you know. It costs for me to be here in the UK, you know what I mean? And my team to come over and for us to stay in hotels that don't have rats and roaches. You know what I mean? So, like, it's costly. So you have to love it because sometimes you don't go home with the money you really want to go home because you got to accommodate so much, you know what I mean? But I do miss that part, but I love my control. You know, like, not that I'm super headstrong and not open minded, but I love the fact that if I say, okay, I'm about to send you a record, you know, let it ride, you know, I can do that on my time, not their whole little whatever they be doing. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate that part. But the funds, the coins, I can use those coins. I can definitely use those coins.
So it's harder work being an independent artist.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is it hard to balance motherhood as well as being an artist?
Well, my guys are 21 now. So.
21?
Yeah.
No, you don't have a 21-year-old. Really? Twins?
Yeah.
Wow. 21.
Yeah,
oh,
and,
wow.
and they're like, you know, I live in Miami, they're living in LA, they're doing their own thing. But when I had to do it, you know, we all understood our role. I'm that kind of mom. You know, when they got to an age, when they were young, they would stay with my sisters or whatever. And that became a little bit like, oh, I gotta be away from my kids or whatever. But when they got to a certain age and when they could stay home by themselves, which for me was 14, I would leave and I would let them stay and they would go to school. I never got called or anything. It was like, you have to understand, we all are here and we all have a responsibility. Don't be the weakest link.
Right.
That's your job. Don't be the weakest link.
Don't be the weakest link.
We all have to be strong to here and make together and make this thing work. And they did it. We did it together.
Awesome, man. So what can we expect? Like, what's coming up for Miss Teedra Moses? What can we look out for?
Well, currently I'm working on an album and it's called Vulnerable Courage.
Okay.
And it's like really meant to be R&B, you know, melodies. Like, I want to write records and sing records that people actually sing to. Like, you can't help it because the melodies are like so easy to sing to.
Right.
That's my objective. And emotionally, you know what I mean? Like those things that I don't care how hard you are, you felt this before.
Right.
Those kind of experiences, you know. So I'm working on that right now. I have a record with Kate Trinata that we just finished, and we're thinking about like putting that one out. I'm working with Warren Campbell. He's really, really amazing. He's done a ton of stuff from Music Soul Child. He's married to Erica Campbell from Mary Mary.
Okay.
So that's going. And We have a couple of people that I'm working with, but I'm trying to keep it contained so the sound could be extremely consistent. And hopefully that's my number one focus right now, and hopefully that'll be done by the summertime.
You gonna be writing for more artists as well, or is it just are we strictly working on Teedra?
Right now, I'm strictly working on Teedra because I need to concentrate. You know, it's very hard for me to just be all over the place doing all these different things and really give 100% to myself. So I just have to stop, and I want this to be the best album I've ever done. So I have to stop and focus on that.
It's gonna be hard, man, to top.
Thanks for having so much confidence in me.
No, you can do it. I'm pretty sure you can do it.
You just have so much confidence.
We got classics.
Yes.
We got classics.
Yes.
I asked you this on my radio show about we did People Made Out of Grace. I really wanted to know what happened with the Maybach music deal.
Oh yeah, that confused people.
It did confuse people.
Let me tell you honestly.
Yeah.
Ross hit me one day and was like, yo, because we met up. He hit me on DM in Twitter and he's like, yo, I heard you live in Miami. Come to the crib. He was like 20 minutes from my house. I was like, okay, I can't come today. I'll come tomorrow. He's like, okay, I go. He's there. He's got like bottles of rosé. It's him. It's Meek and Wale. And you know, we just started popping bottles of rosé. And, you know what I mean? So it was cool. And then you know, we hung out. We did a couple of records together where we collaborated. And then he says to me one day, he goes, can you just put? He was like, why don't you just put Maybach music in your bio on Twitter? And I was like, okay, cool. And then we were like, okay, we're gonna do a deal, and it just fizzled out because we cool with each other. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm on his new album coming out on March 17th, Rather You Than Me, and I sang to him on his birthday, this past birthday. So we're really cool and we're affiliated. It just didn't pan out to be an actual record deal.
It didn't come out that way. When I come to Miami, can I come hang out with you?
You can. I got an extra room, darling. You can stay if you want.
I'm definitely doing it. And thank you. You know, whenever you come to the UK, you have to come check me anyway. So
yes,
you'll be back soon, right?
Yes, I will.
When are you back?
I'm back in August.
August. Okay. Teedra Moses. People. Thank you so much. Awesome.